Iranian International Broadcasting has asked for an interview on Monday, August 18, and these are my 3 answers concerning Iranian foreign policy. Iran is outstanding globally in its commitment to prudent diplomacy, careful contacting and diligently building friendships, all in long-term commitments. The world has been watching in shock and awe the US for nearly 250 years, where not starting a war was the exception to the rule. Breaking rules as well as contracts is the rule of Western countries, which they have developed into a philosophy and a ruthless system, which can be named shortly as rule of violent force, which they dare to call rules-based policies. Iran has supported international relations not for aggressive warmongering, but to help them wisely rule what they have and to try to improve relations. Those who have declared Hezbollah and Hamas terrorists have written themselves into the books of global history as the true terrorists, fostering terror globally, killing not only the leaders of both Hezbollah and Hamas, who were in fact both of them very moderate and wise leaders with special capabilities to foster understanding and enhance non-violent ways to sort out difficulties. As we understand the methods of the terrorist and genocidal Zionist entity, we learn that being a peaceful leader in fact invites their terrorist leanings, and they resort to killing and warfare and all sorts of crimes, as their criminal leadership feels especially threatened by those who act correctly, within the rules, and show discipline in keeping peace. This threatening mechanism is hitting Iran since the revolution. Iran nowadays must be vigilant and well prepared because the Zionist entity has a new US president as a complicit aggressor who doesn't shy away from full support of genocide and the most ruthless ways of oppression world's history has ever seen. Breaking all kinds of terrible record numbers of victims among medical personnel, civilian helpers, aid workers and journalists, fully supported by Western allies and the most advanced spy technologies to decide when and how to kill or maim specially designated family members of targeted personnel, make hospital special care units drown in sewage, or kill thousands of hungry aid seekers randomly and for fun, pushing professional aid suppliers out of service with disgusting lies, and even going so far as torturing Palestinian prisoners who had been working for UNRWA to make them confess obviously and provenly non-existent Hamas relations, just to avoid further pains during torture. The ruthless murder of moderate and honest leader Ismail Haniyeh during his Iran visit shows how far the success of the actual policy of the Islamic Republic of Iran has driven its adversaries' desperation that brought them to a unique crime in the history of peace negotiations. That one party, in this case the Zionist entity, has killed the main person of the other party, Palestine. We learn the Zionist entity keeps killing out of weakness and out of rotten ethics, not out of strength or care for justice or out of fairness. Iran has suffered from these policies over decades and has shown unprecedented measures of patience, endurance and steadfastness, which have won international respect. trust, acclaim, and access to top contacts, but in some cases, distrust too. In my personal case, however, Iran's Ministry of Foreign Affairs is described as having struck a deal with German colleagues to refuse my entry into Iran, which has happened to a small group of other known opposition leaders from other countries, according to my Iranian source, France and Canada being among them. I very well trust our Iranian friends' ability to discontinue these mistakes of the past, especially so since broad-based, deep-rooted, irreversible people-to-people friendship between Iran and Germany is enshrined in our party's foreign policy program since establishment of the program in 2015. And with me personally since the 90s of the last century. Answer 2. Iran's outstanding support of Palestinian rights and statehood wins more and more acclaim where others fail bitterly and do not live and work up to their own principles and standards, proclamations and promises. To my best analysis, without Iran and Hezbollah, Palestine would have been lost years ago. All over the world, Iran is finding new friends and fresh support, instilling hope in all supporters of Palestine. Iran pays dearly for this honorable policy. Terror, sanctions, oppression and sabotage being the means of all those complicit in Zionist genocide against Palestinians today. These undeniable facts can and must be attributed to the shining achievements of the Iranian people, which appear to establish a good background to launch a public relations campaign of both Iranian pride and sacred effort, simultaneously and globally. This would enhance Iran's global standing and at the same time highlight the high ethical value of Iran's countless good efforts, not only in Palestine. This author is heading since 12 years the only political party in Germany, Die Neue Mitte, striving for abolishing the Zionist entity on the same way it was set up by UN General Assembly vote in 1947. However, when Press TV invited me to hold a speech in front of the Palestine conference in December 2023 in Tehran, Iran's Ministry of Foreign Affairs killed the proposal immediately by denying the visa. A formal invitation was never issued. This time. The same happened in March 2023, but only after a beautiful flower-girded invitation was sent out to me by Tehran's best military university for a speech at the Tehran International Security Conference, visa denied. But I'm not only the author of a new global multilateral defense strategy, which we call full spectrum defense, in opposition to the US motto full spectrum domination, which I then presented later at Moscow International Security Conference in August that year, link given. But also as an ex-Siemens vice president who has spent 140 million German marks on a Tree Media ad campaign in 2000. And my plan was to combine all 4 milestones of excellence I can attribute to Iran's fantastic work, that is strategy, knowledge, abilities and experience in public relations, political marketing, security and politics in favor of Iran. But somebody in Tehran sabotaged that idea, which at the time had so much inspired and excited the leading officers in Tehran's military university. Damned nice people. Answer 3. This outstanding and unique approach of Iran is life-saving for the planet and befits the Velayati Faqih background. Developing countries around the world on all continents are asking themselves how they could listen to liars and oppressors for so long. Iran has over the past more than 40 years developed a unique expertise in going the good ways regardless of obstacles. Iran introduces new abilities, technologies, know-how in various fields, as well as spiritual guidance and military expertise, plus economical benefits. This is a unique success package. And Iran's shining hero, General Qasem Soleimani, was one of the great performers. Gholam Ali Soleimani of Solico Group, Iran's milkman, so to say, is another. The acting Minister for Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Abbas Araghchi, to my best analysis, is doing an outstanding job, full of courage. However, when this author approached him personally on his mobile phone in 2012, and again in 2025 this year, he didn't do anything to improve the situation. Any government unable to decide who is friend or who is foe may possibly invite failure, not success. The questions here point to the strengths of Iranian policy, but as a true and time-proven friend of Iran, it is my sacred duty to point out any obstacles and counterproductive issues. Iran's biggest adversary looms inside: corruption. Syria had the same problem, Maher Assad being a prominent failure. Iran citizens suffer from it. Development, security, defense, credibility, all areas of government are questioned. They are all affected. This author is a witness and cannot be deterred from supporting Iran, never. I have never changed our political foreign policy program due to my personal sad experience with the Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I pity the traitors who lose their hopes and fail in their ugly designs. Thank you very much for your patience.
Thank you very much for your support. The news center was debanked in January 2023 and now enjoys its new bank account with a huge Berlin savings bank now renamed as BSK 1818 AG. Next source of donations can be 300 coins by now payments. Satoshis, Bitcoin, USDT are available too, and TON is the Telegram cryptocurrency that allows you to trade quickly and at no cost directly between Telegram customers. Important: for donations from €301 euros or above per year, we require your correct personal residential address. No PO boxes, please, for verification by the parliamentary administration and financial authorities. Please include this address information and the German word Spende, S-P-E-N-D-E, that means donation, in the reference field of your transfer. Thank you very much. If your address is missing, despite a donation of euros 301 or more, we may have to pass your donation on to the state in the future. This is already the case for donations of 500 euros and above. Your money will not be lost, but it will flow in the wrong political direction, so to speak, in favor of genocide and oppression in this case and against Palestine. Thank you for your understanding and, of course, for your help. Thank you.